Now every fan inside Ibrox can witness the 90 minutes of play after the whistle blows. But what happens in the 90 minutes before kick-off? For the first time we can take you through the build-up to the big match with the players as Rangers prepare to meet Dunfermline in the final home game of the season. It's a relaxed atmosphere in the players' lounge as the squad finishes off lunch. Graham Souness is a great believer in pasta, but as for the others, there's no accounting for taste.
Chris Woods has rice pudding, some boys have beans and toast, others omelettes, but basically just light stuff. Some don't have anything at all.
There's never any training on a Saturday, but what do they have to do to get into the right frame of mind?
I don't think they have to do anything. I think it's just a matter of concentrating on the game itself, and that's all. Basically, there's no more than that. They go down to the dressing room about 2 o'clock, and we obviously have a word about how we expect the game to go and how we expect them to approach it. From then on, it's just the basic build-up to the game.
Have you discussed tactics before that point, or does it all happen between 2 and 3 o'clock?
No, normally on a Friday morning we would go over the team for the next day and we do corners, free kicks, etc. Cover different aspects of the game. And basically the talks on a Saturday are just about how we feel we should approach the match and how the other team will approach it.
On a day like today, second last day of the league season, last home game, are the players particularly on a high, or is it difficult to pick themselves up after winning the championship?
I think it's maybe a bit difficult after last week, when they picked themselves up. But last season we were in the same situation and we lost the last game. So we want to avoid that today.
I'm just trying to tighten up my bad finger.
2 o'clock and Chris Woods, having missed England's midweek match with a cut finger, will play, looking for shutout number 18.
Look, Ray Wilkins did that. I see that. Put Schultz on my shin pad, can you believe it? Number 1, Schultz. The lasting memory of Ray Wilkins.
I think it's superstition more than anything.
The often busy treatment room is fairly quiet with no real injury worries, but Phil Boersma is strapping up Nigel Spackman's ankles.
Nothing wrong with my ankles at all. Just like that for a little bit of protection.
Bit of protection.
It does help you in case you do get a knock during the game, does
Yeah,
it?
it does, but it's superstition more than anything, I think. Because I have this one done as well.
Just come down.
What's the reason for that, though? Why did you lead to do this in the first place?
Because I used to get little nicks on my ankle. I think playing in midfield, you try and get a toe into the ball sometimes, and you just get caught by people. And I used to get lots of little nicks all around my ankles.
In the dressing room, no pre-match nerves.
That's a bad start. Play that passing exercise. Right, I've got 2 legs, you've got 1 leg.
While the players do their best to relax, the rest of Ibrox is working flat out. The fast food outlets are preparing to meet demand for Blue Nose burgers and eye-ready salted crisps, while the sponsors' guests are choosing the best of cuisine on offer. If little is being said openly, all the talk in the McCoist's lounge is of the imminent multi-million-pound deal to keep Scottish brewers in partnership with Rangers into the mid-1990s. Away from the hustle and bustle, Graham Souness is alone in the boot room. After 22 years, he's about to take part in his last professional match and relinquish his title of player-manager.
I think most players like to look after their boots before they have a game.
So you still do that? I mean, even though you haven't
I haven't done it for a long time.
But
I think throughout my career it's something I always quite fussy on.
I think you've caught a lot of people by surprise announcing that you might play today. Is this just your last opportunity before deregistering as a player?
Yeah, I am. Although I'm not match fit. I've kept myself reasonably fit. I think you have to play games before you can say you're match fit. And there was a possibility I was going to be involved last Saturday at Dundee United, and it didn't happen because some of the players declared themselves fit. I'll give it 20 minutes or so.
You always said that the saddest moment in your career is stopping playing.
Well, this part of the job, the playing is what football's all about. Management is the nearest thing to it. You're still heavily involved, but playing is what it's all about.
Is there any danger, just a couple of weeks off your 37th birthday, that you might not be as ready for a match as you thought you might be?
100%. That's why I'll try and leave it maybe till the last 20 minutes, and hopefully the pace will have dropped a wee bit. When I came back here, but I felt my career more or less finished. And looking back, I don't think I've been able to combine both playing and managing. So for 4 years, I don't feel I've been a player. This is just me indulging, really. I'm taking a bit of a liberty, but
Is part of it the fact that you didn't want to end your playing career on the sour note of losing a cup final?
that's about right. So hopefully at last today can change that for me. Hopefully they can win it and then I can go on and take the glory.
To the Rangers fans, every player is a hero, but today's team announcement is just a little bit special.
3, Stuart Monroe. 4, Richard Goff. 5, Nigel Spackman. 6, Terry Butcher. 7, Trevor Stephen. 8, John Brown. 9, Ali McCoist. 10, Maurice Johnson. And 11, Mark Walters. And on the bench for us today, wearing 12, David Dodds. And 14, Graham Soonan.
It's a fact that it's hard to win a championship, but even harder to retain it. And with the problems we had throughout the season, we had injuries to players, not just injuries to run-of-the-mill players, but key players who were injured. And for the lads, after the start they made, to have gone through both the injuries and the bad start and come out on top at the end of the season, it's been a great season for us.
It's been a squad performance this season, but at that particular point between November and February, we managed to hit a spell where we got good results when we needed to get them, and we didn't concede many goals, which is always a pleasing factor.
The celebrations last year fell flat with defeat in the last home match by Aberdeen. Against Dunfermline, Rangers are determined not to repeat history.
Positive anticipation every time he gets the ball in. That's not a bad ball indeed. Johnston almost got there, and that is why he's so good in the penalty box. I think when he gets the right service, there's nobody more potentially lethal than he in that situation. Now look at this. Now the goalkeeper perhaps ought to have got it, but he didn't, and he sneaks in there hidden and just brushed away. Stephen it up again, did well with the head. Gary Stevens at the back. Now, all requires a deft chip. It's there. Oh, dear, oh dear. Walters did that very well. Then, it's off Butcher. Great goal line clearance. And there's Johnson, can't quite get in. Here's McCoist. Really should have buried it. Now watch this one. Now it breaks to Butcher and right off the line. I think there may have been Jimmy Nicholl in the way. And there was Ali McCoist. Walters. They're hard put to keep it in, but does. Wilson goes back with them. Oh, beautiful turn. Here's Monroe. Oh, great save. Now Walters. Look at the pace of Walters. Tremendous run, and there's McCoist. Yes, he's done it. By the law of averages, the number of chances he's had, he gets to the end of that quite superb run by Mark Walters. 1-0. 7 minutes gone of the second half, and credit to this majestic run. Watch this. Sheer pace, determination, and control at the end. Beautifully weighted pass, and Westwater almost off the hip, saved the day, but not quite. Well, no more than Rangers are due. They should have been 3 or 4 up by now. Monroe having to search for the ball in a way. Walters. Oh, that's really fluent. And Graham Souness is about to come on to play his last competitive senior game of football after a career stretching back to 1970 when he signed as a teenager for Tottenham Hotspur. Goff, Walters can't quite get there, hooked away. Walters. Souness, and I wonder what's going through his mind now. Seconds away from his last game. That's a very good ball indeed. Trevor Stephen. Paul Johnson is on the inside. There he is. On towards David Dodds. Oh yes! A very good goal indeed. To wrap it up, seal the day, and put Rangers, the supporters, the manager on the field in right fettle for the champagne. Great ball this by Johnson, beautifully finished off by David Dodds, as he's done for so many teams. That's 2-0, and we've played just over the 90 minutes. Richard Goff, and there it goes.
Jubilation as the Ibrox crowd celebrates a third title in 4 years. And if any had harboured doubts about the gamble taken by the manager just 9 months before on Ibrox's most controversial signing ever, those fans were surely now convinced.
Morris